Hello and welcome to our news focus on Africa. What has been happening in Africa so far? We are bringing you the highlights for the week. But first, here are the main points. Zambia former leader dies in exile in South Africa. Of course, it could be termed self-exile. Cameroon opposition leader Maurice Kamto makes a triumphant entry into Cameroon as he landed in the Douala airport. TPS, temporary protected status cancelled for Cameroonians in the United States. Chadian President Idno Deby cancels visa in retaliation for the US policy revoking visa status for some African countries. The Amazonian freedom fighter Eric Tataw has been indicted in the United States. And now we bring you the details of the stories. Zambian's former president Edgar Lungu died this week in South Africa, but his final chapter was defined by controversy, legal battle, and a dramatic fall from power. Lungu lost 2021 presidential election decisively by over 1 million votes. He considered defeat and announced his retirement from politics. However, in 2023, Lungu reversed course. Claiming Zambia's democracy was under threat, he announced his return into politics in October 2023. This led to serious backlash as the government reacted, stripped him of his presidential benefits, including state security, medical coverage, and official vehicles. Fact checker. Zambia's benefit of former presidential act mandate loss of privilege if ex-president re-enters politics. Cameroonians worldwide are saddened by the Trump administration decision to terminate the TPS, temporary protected status. Cameroonians were granted protected status in the United States due to the Anglophone crisis and other political victimization by the Bias regime. According to the Trump's administration, Cameroonians no longer meet this criteria. That is, probably there's no more Anglophone crisis, no more Anglophone persecution, and political opponents are no longer being persecuted. Well, a lot of Cameroonians are crying because of this situation and many will be affected. So let me read what they say on their website so that we have a clear understanding of what I'm talking about. The Department of Homeland Security posted a Federal Register notice on the termination of temporary protected status (TPS) for Cameroon. After reviewing country conditions and consulting with the appropriate interagency partners, Secretary of Homeland Security Christine Noam determines that conditions in Cameroon no longer meet the statutory requirement for temporary protected status. The TPS designation for Cameroon will terminate on August 4, 2025, 60 days after publication of the Federal Register notice. Aliens can use the CBP Home app to report their voluntary departure from the United States upon termination of their status. Find more information about TPS at uscis.gov/TPS. So that is the information on their website. ICE investigation leads to the indictment of Maryland man for supporting armed separatist group in Cameroon. However, we all know that Eric Tataw was a supporter of the liberation of southern Cameroon from the grip and shackle of La République du Cameroon. He has advocated for self-defense and targeted military. However, we are not here to disclaim or to defend the post which insinuate that he was supporting or separatist movement and possible targeting some individual life with threat. We are just here to present the fact. But Eric Tataw is widely known as someone who has stood for the interests of the people of Southern Cameroon. He stood for their liberation, and of course, he had been a very vocal figure, speaking out against the Biafra regime and propagating the welfare of Southern Cameroonians. In his charitable deed, he has done a lot to assist internally displaced persons and has contributed to families who have lost loved ones in the struggle. We do hope that someday the truth will come out and Eric Tataw will be free and will continue to be the hero that some see him to be, whereas some others see him as a very bad person. You can best make your decision based on how you receive the information.
And along with other separatists has refused to join this national dialogue. He joins us now from Washington. Thanks so much for speaking to us, Eric. We appreciate you and others in your group, so-called separatist leaders, some of you.
In a Facebook post, Chad president on Thursday said he is directing his government to suspend visas to U.S. citizens in accordance with the principles of reciprocity. President Donald Trump on Wednesday resurrected a hallmark policy of his first term when he announced the visa ban on 12 countries, including Chad, accusing them of having deficient screening and vetting and historically refusing to take back their own citizens who overstayed in the United States. The new ban targets Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Chad has no planes to offer, billions of dollars to give, but we have our pride and dignity, President Idris said, referring to the $400 million plane offered to the Trump administration by the royal Qatar family. Maurice Kamto arrived Douala but was prevented from having a Meet the People's tour. He was kept under house arrest and his supporters were not allowed to come to the airport to receive him. However, these supporters braced all odds using alternative route to meet their leader at the airport and of course welcome him and had a powerful demonstration at the headquarters, as you can watch from the video. They called on their leader Maurice Kamto to save them in 2025 presidential election and urged that Mr. Biya should step down because he has actually done nothing for the nation and him standing as a presidential candidate is a threat to the security and well-being of the Cameroonian citizens.